and apple tree. We're gonna right click, gather apples. I right click on apples, so when I left click on an apple tree, it'll automatically gather the apple. Yes, we do have apples on trees in the winter time. I was about to say, was hoping that that wasn't a thing. Well, hoping that it wasn't a thing that apples are not on the trees. That doesn't make any sense. We're just gonna run through every apple tree that we see. We're gonna just pull the apples off of it, no matter what it is. Tap I, 62 quality apples, that's not bad. 48, and I just have to left click. No apples on that tree. Another apple tree here, gather those. And we're running, so we're burning a lot of energy, which essentially drives down our hunger bar faster and faster. So we're gonna need to eat again. Eat more salmon, or was that the trout? Salmon, oh, we ate all the trout. We'll also need apples to tame animals too. We can use apples with moose and horses. Let's check our nature's lure. This is what's affecting what we're pulling off the tree. That's 63 right now. Our skill cap multiplier is still 1.2. We do have enough apples that this is going to give us enough to go ahead and make our snares. Once we make our snares, we'll be able to start capturing rabbits or chicken, and we need to go fish. I'm gonna hit these last few apple trees in this area, then we're gonna roll out, go back to the base. We're gonna drop off these apples, go down to the beach, chill for a minute, and fish. I do need to remember that bear is there, so I don't run up on it and then we definitely die. If we die right now, I didn't create a sleeping bag, so if we die, we're gonna randomly respawn. We'll have to run back to grab our bag if I choose not to. At this point, I probably would come back, but we're gonna randomly respawn anywhere on the map because we don't have that sleeping bag made yet. All right, we're gonna head back and try to avoid the bear. I'm done officially on foraging. Want to keep our eyes out in the distance for any wolves or any more bears. Gonna run over to the clay pit, get some clay. Then we'll have our clay to be able to build our furnace. We're running in the middle of this pit and we're gonna inspect. Right click, drop down and inspect. We got 48 quality. We are building a crafting station, which is going to be our furnace to start forging and smelting. Going to bounce around, sample a few of these locations. I do want the highest quality that I potentially can find without inspecting every single tile. Of course, inspect, got 43, 55 was the highest that we did see. 35, 47, 47. Looks like 55 was the highest. 62, 71, 77. And sometimes one direction or the other, it'll continue to go higher and higher. That's pretty high for 84, 51. All right, we're going to be building our first furnace. I'll build it out of the 60 material, but we do know where we got some really good quality stuff. All right, we're going to start lowering the ground. I right clicked it again. I just want it to go infinite. It is my default task right now, and I'm going to do it until we're overburdened. So that means that I'm going to walk back really slow back to the base. You won't have to endure that, but you'll see what it looks like. All right, it kicked me out of the action. I needed to catch my breath, and we need to eat again. See if we get that multiplier up. Bounce to 1.3. That's good. We're getting it going in the right direction. Use lower ground. It was already our default task. All we got to do is left click at this point. All right, we cannot take that. We are overburdened. Now watch this. I'm gonna hit tab. That way I can free my cursor. I'm gonna show you how far we are from here to there, and as you recall, that distance is pretty substantial in this game. So I want to show you how slow I'm overburdened, so I'm going to move very slow. That's running. Now in comparison to your inventory, this is your normal capacity. When you get to 138 in this context, you would be overburdened and walking slower. Now clearly you can see that I'm substantially over that. The higher and higher you go, the slower you go. But we have 180 clay. That'll give us a fair amount to be able to craft what we need to craft. So while I'm trudging, I'm going to go back to the strategy of increasing our hunting by looking for peaceful animal tracks, making it my default task so I can left click the ground. Boom, we're increasing it. Gonna continue to run. We are at 94 again. We can eat, so we'll keep doing that. We got to go fish fishing. All right, hunt again. If you're wondering why I chose to run back overburdened, I wanted to carry back as much inventory in the way of clay as possible. Clay stacks in 20 stacks. So if I recall, we have a 137 cap on our inventory stones right now. I would have had to take out almost 100 of that clay out. We'd have been left with 80. So this overburden run right now sucks for sure, but when we get back, we'll have apples and we'll have plenty of clay. If I remember correctly, I think the furnace takes 100 clay, then we'll be left with 80. We are gonna also have to make a mold for the anvil. That may be 60. Stop, look for tracks again. Little by little, we're gonna get that hunting score up, and a little by little, we're gonna get our hunting skill elevated. Take a look at it. We're at 48. Then in order to tame horses, we're gonna have to get here. In order to tame horses, we're gonna have to get here to animal lure, and then we'll have to get that animal lure up to 60 to tame the bigger animal. But we got to get this to 60 to get this up to 62. Cross another server line. We're back in Sleeper Hammer, getting closer to the base. So when we were looking for a peaceful animal track, we pulled these up, if I remember right. And I didn't tell you about the track. So when you do look for tracks, you legitimately find track as such, and then they'll end. So that creature is somewhere in here, and let's find it. Conveniently, it goes right down to the beach, so we can follow those down. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna dump off this clay so we won't be overburdened anymore. I'm gonna drop it on this tile and just let it stack up. Now when we need it, we'll just come back over there and scoop it back up. We do need to go fishing, and I want to show you what we found. We found a bull and a cow. Don't want to get right up on the bull. They will get triggered, but the cow, we can work on taming her. I don't even think it'll give us the opportunity because we don't have it as, yeah, we can. So in order to tame a cow, you have to use mushrooms. That's the best food to tame it with. So I'm gonna look for edibles on the ground by right clicking the ground and then going through the menu, and then we'll just go around and grab all of the mushrooms. I mean, technically I'm not gonna be able to tame the cow because I don't have that a high enough skill, but it should allow us to be able to at least get the points towards animal lure. Mushrooms, and when you look for edibles, you're gonna get berries, mushrooms, and edible taproot. We just so happen to have several of each here, and mushroom. And just like everything else in this game, these have a quality also, and they're usually related to the tile that they're on. So we'll inspect this ground tile, 19 quality. This should be a 19 quality taproot. Yep, and that's what it is. But we're trying to isolate the mushrooms. All right, we got several mushrooms, but we want to sneak up on the cow. We don't want to go too fast. Gonna go up very slowly until we can right click and pull up tame. And it's gonna be the mushroom. We'll use our lowest quality first. You are not ready to tame such a big animal. We can't even get animal lure out of it. That's irritating. It would have been some good points towards animal lure, but oh well. I would much rather have been able to feed the thing and just get the animal lure points off of it and not be able to tame it. But I guess that's how you keep a balance to the system, right? We're gonna have to swap back over to our fishing pole. Luckily, it's still got some durability. Gonna tap P, slide it on over, equipped it, and now we can fish. Tired of seeing this right here. And what I try to do is I try to be efficient. This is a random event. You feel terrible. It's right in the middle of your back, the very spot your fingernails can't reach. You grunt, writhe like an enormous overfed worm. Try to organize my inventory while I'm just sitting here chilling, bringing fish in. Oh yeah, 58, 43, 34. And we're gonna eat after this last hit. Tap I, and we're gonna eat some of this salmon. Our food quality is gonna substantially jump. Our hunting skill was developing when we were fishing the first time, and on the way back I did some hunting of the tracks, which is how we found those cows. Keep all my tools up here and left click because I have fishing set as my default task when I'm holding a pole and looking at the water. Tap I, pull up in your inventory, and what I try to do is I try to keep these organized as I catch them, so it's not such a cluster. I don't have the sorting mod on this. I know I could go download that, make my life a lot easier, but I'm cool with this. I'm gonna move again. That way I can try to catch a variety of fish. I want to add some trout in there. I want to add some salmon. We don't have any salmon yet. Where the salmon is? Yo, just one salmon? The good thing is when we do cook fish, salmon produces a lot out of one fish. All right, and we'll do one more round and then head back to the base. There's hardly no salmon in this area. All right, we got 2 salmon. That should be enough. We're gonna head back to the base, but along the way, we're gonna gather some branches. So when we get back to the base, we'll be fully prepared to make our meal. And now that our nature's lure is up and our hunting, our fish quality is substantially increased with the hunting. And then now we can get 69 to 72-ish quality branches from a tree with a skill level of 69 in nature's lure. So we're gonna go over here and inspect quite a few trees to see what we got. And we don't want to go below our skill level. That's a level 5. That's horrible. 7. Large oak trees will give you the most branches, so it's good to find one that's a high quality. That's 63, but I could get even higher than that. I would prefer to find like a level 60 to 70. We do know where 63 is. Oh, hey, yo, we got to remember this. That was a level 99. Let's inspect that again. I love seeing this. That's awesome. Mature oak, quality 99. We got 30 bark, 28 branches, and 8 oak sprouts. We can't get the oak sprouts. We don't have the high enough forestry yet. We haven't even begun to pull sprouts off trees anyway. But this is gonna give us the highest level of branches that we could possibly get. So we're gonna just right click that, and that's gonna be our default task now. We're gonna pull every single one of these branches off of this tree, open up our menu, and then you can see it'll wind up stacking multiple because our nature's lure is gonna go up at the same time. And I'm gonna escape out of this action. We're gonna eat again, see where our multiplier is going. That's hovering at 1.2, but we're about to increase it epically. Gather branch, and then we'll see him start to split because our skill is gonna go up higher. So we're at 70, and we're pulling 72 branches right now. We also need to remember this location on the map. It's right in here in this little nook. And what I usually do is I'll screenshot it, capture that, and now we're pulling 73 level off of it. So it's 2 points higher than what your current skill is that you could potentially pull off. Now we're getting 74s. All right, we've pulled all the branches off of it. We're gonna run back up here to the base location. Steer clear of that bull, stay out of his aggro range. All right, so our campfire has disappeared. We don't have any of these items inside of a territorial zone. I don't have decay on at all because I knew it was going to take me a while to build the monument, because the monument is what claims your territory outside of a personal claim. But life is feudal your own, even though there's an option for personal claim, it's not active and doesn't work in this. It's only for the MMO, really. All right, we're gonna go ahead and look in this inventory. We're gonna pick up these items so we don't lose them. Now we're overburdened, not too bad. But when we come back, we're gonna build a campfire, another one, cook all this fish that we got. You'll see that our food quality multiplier is gonna substantially improve. This is a pretty good episode. Even though this game moves very slow in the beginning, we will get to a point where things start compounding and we move further faster, getting into deeper technology. We have clay, we can make our furnace. We worked on some terraforming, went and grabbed some apples so we can make our snares. We got higher quality fish, we got higher quality branches, and we found a very ultra high quality mature oak tree. So now we know where we can pull sprouts from and start planting 99 quality oak trees once we go down the forestry line. This is D3ltaX85. I appreciate you joining this episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, and don't be afraid to comment. Let me know what I'm doing right. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Thank you for joining. Holla.